Welcome to my Retribution Season 2 Mythic Plus guide. I'm gonna cover everything you need to know in a very quick and efficient way. If you want my UI, join my Discord server. I'm available there 24/7 to answer any questions. And if you like this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with other Rets, since that would help them and me out. These are the talents I'm currently running for Mythic Plus. Divine Hammer got a rework, and it does damage around you every 2 seconds, and every time it does damage, it'll proc an Empyrean Hammer with the help of Hammerfall, which is very good. We're also running Holy Blade, which gives your Blade of Justice 2 holy powers instead of 1, and Holy Flames, which will boost your Divine Storm damage by 10% and also boost your Holy damage by 3%. The reason why we're running this is because of our new tier set, which is all about spamming spenders. So every time you spam Divine Storms, they will do increased damage, but also increase the duration of Divine Hammer. And you want to spend less time generating, which is why we're running Holy Blade. The next thing I want to talk about is Jurisdiction versus Searing Light. I think Wowhead recommends Searing Light, but this is pure pad damage, and if you look at the breakdown, it's not even a lot of damage. You lose way too much in boss fights by not running Jurisdiction. I've been running Final Reckoning so far, and it's worked great for keys 12 and below, but I will say the execution sentence is probably gonna be better for higher keys, since everything takes more time to die and you need more priority damage. About the Paladin tree, not a lot has changed, but they did nerf our off healing with these two talents. I am running Punishment since that'll give me a holy power every time I interrupt. And about Cleanse Toxins, it is not super important this season. You could run it in Motherload if you want to, but even then it's fine not to. Just make sure you're running Consecrated Ground since that'll increase the radius of your Divine Hammer. I'll quickly go over stats. Mastery is still gonna be our top priority, even in Mythic Plus. Some guides like Lightblade have said that crit is more important, but that's just wrong. But you want crit second to mastery. Haste compared to Season 1 is a bit more important, since that'll help you keep Divine Hammers up, so try and get more haste. And Verse, try and avoid it as much as possible. You can pause and read the enchantments if you want to, but I will say we want Stonebound Artistry for our weapon. This will give us mastery, which is good for AoE and for the boss fights. As for the ring, please look at your own stats and take whichever is better for you. Like, if you have no haste, you should probably go Cursed Haste, otherwise these two are safe options. Quickly about consumables, you probably want Belladar's Bounty since that'll give you 470 of your highest secondary stat, which should be Mastery. As for the weapon oil, go Elgari Mana Oil, this will give you crit and haste. As for the flask, I think Wowhead recommends Alchemical Chaos, but if you're lacking in one of the stats, take the corresponding flask. For example, I'm lacking in crit, which is why I take the crit flask. And make sure you always have tempered potions. For your gems, you always want a culminating blasphemite. If you want to min-max, you should go one of every gem color. But if you're lacking in haste, for example, you can take the emeralds. As for crafted gear, you'll probably want to craft the weapon first unless you have a mythic weapon from your vault. And Dawn Thread Lining is still going to be our best embellishments for Mythic Plus, and you'll probably apply those to crafted wrists and cloak. We have a lot of good options for trinkets, but the best in slot from Mythic Plus comes from Floodgate, and that is the Pacemaker. This will give you crit each minute and has good uptime. You should definitely get this. Another good Mythic Plus option is the Signet of the Priory from Priory of the Sacred Flame. You should only use this if you have Mastery as your highest secondary stat, otherwise it would just give you more crit, which you already get from the Pacemaker. And this has a 2-minute cooldown, which isn't the best. A better option comes from Bandit, the raid boss. This will give you a lot of mastery, and it only has a 1-minute 30-second cooldown, so you should definitely try and get this together with the Pacemaker. Our best in slot ring comes from the last boss, and it's the Jaster Diamond. You can pause and read what it does, but it has a lot of mastery. But if you can't get it, it's fine. There's a lot of great options from Mythic Plus dungeons. For example, I'm using the one from Theater of Pain, but you can just take a look around and based off your stats, farm whichever you need. For example, the Flesh Fused Circle gives a lot of mastery if you're lacking in that. Before I show the rotation, I just want to talk about the tier set. Our off piece is probably going to be hands since they give versatility. And with hands being off piece, I mean that we're not going to catalyze these and just use another pair of hands. For example, the jump starters, scaffold scrapers from Floodgate. Before I get into my rotation, I want to say that Wowhead's version is a bit different. They have Divine Toll after Blade, but you should try both out and see whichever works best for you. I just like this version more. So I Blade into Judgment, into Crusader Strike auto attack. This will put me at 5 Holy Power. Then I press Divine Hammer, which puts me at 2. If you play Final Reckoning, you just replace this icon with that. And whenever I play Final Reckoning, I pot and trinket before I press Final Reckoning. Into Wake of Ashes, Hammer of Light, which puts me at 0 Holy Power, and then I Divine Toll. After you do this entire opener, you want to prioritize Blade over Judgment over Hammer of Wrath when you build Holy Power. I'm gonna showcase the rotation. Keep in mind I have 40 Light's Deliverance built up, so take the damage with a grain of salt. I just want to show the rotation, and you can track my abilities down here. So I do Blade into Judgment, pop everything before Final Reckoning, and now I prioritize my blades into Judgment, and only use Hammer of Wrath if I don't have anything, or if I'm gonna overcap by using any of the other builders. That's gonna be everything. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have questions, feel free to ask them below or in my Discord server where my free UI is. Everything is gonna be linked in the description. Goodbye.